Hi, Capricorns. This is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a timeless love reading for my Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus and any cross watcher. Today, I'm going to ask my spirit guides what you don't see coming. What is the energy that's around you, energy that may be coming towards you, anything that maybe we don't know. So let's call in our guides now. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to anybody that's been newly guided here for the first time. Spirit, I call upon you for loving messages. What is it that you need us to know at this time? What is it that you want us to hear? I am listening for you now. Let's see what we have. Trust your feelings. You are unique. Your destiny is waiting for you to write your story and pave your own path. Follow your heart. Don't let others dictate who you should be. Boy, I always say feel your feelings. Trust your heart, trust your feelings. But I always say feel your feelings because they are your guide. That inner compass that we have in all of us that says, this is good. I'm headed in the right direction. Or, something's going on. We can't ignore our feelings. Our body will physically talk to us, whether it's a heartache, anxiety, stress, headaches, stomach aches. You have to listen. And, feelings come out in a lot of different ways. So sometimes ignoring them is only make for better or for worse. I mean, for good reasons too. We could have, I feel butterflies. My heart just skipped a beat. You took my breath away. So there's good reasons that we could, trust these feelings or feel our feelings. So be very much aware of what your body is doing. I feel like that's important to learn, to understand. It talks to us. It does. I have a crossroads. Ooh, a turning point. Okay, which door do we pick? That's always a hard part, right? Do we have a choice? Do we have options? Do we have, sometimes you meet two different people and you're like, I like these things about this person, but I like these things about this person, but you have to pick one, your heart, that maybe they're saying, then that's when you trust your feelings. What's your heart saying? What's your body saying? Okay. I have an unexpected call. Somebody comes into our life. Maybe we weren't expecting to meet somebody. I have a text message. Yeah, you definitely have somebody coming in here. Communication. It almost felt like my phone was blowing up for a second there. It was like, what is going on? Somebody trying to get a hold of you. It also feels like not just text messages, it feels like pictures. And maybe they're somewhere that they want you to see these pictures. And it's not necessarily of them. It could be, I don't know, they've been traveling or they went out to eat and it's really cool, really great food. I just feel like they're sending you these pictures, but it felt like I was being bombed for a second there. So maybe that's how these messages come into you for some reason. I have a breakup, somebody walking away. Maybe that's where the bombing is coming from. Somebody's bombing you while you're trying to talk to somebody else. They're blowing up your phone. Yeah, I feel like that's probably what's going on. It's probably not the new person. It's probably like you have something new going on and somebody else is blowing up your phone. I have romantic feelings. I think I'm falling for you. Mixed feelings, a little bit. Maybe I don't want anything to do with this person who's blowing up my phone and they know it and they're freaking out. I have liquid courage. somebody who's been drinking too much. How about the late night drunken calls that come in from somebody who all of a sudden, you know, they have to talk to you. I have to talk to you. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Really? Okay. Mystery. I'm confused. I'm having romantic feelings for somebody new is what's going on. And I feel like somebody's trying to win you back at the same time. So maybe the person, you know, sometimes people who get, it's almost like a psychic, you know, hotline from the ex. But psychically, they're picking up that you're moving on. Psychically, you don't respond to the texts anymore. They can't get any response from you. You used to get these text messages and you used to maybe bomb them back, you know. Now you don't even care. You're not even responding. So they're freaking out because even if the response before was negative, they got a response from you. They were able to make you jump. So now they're not getting any kind of response from you. So this kind of psychic, you know, connection, the invisible wire between you is like on fire because this person's like, how come I can't get a response? It's because you're moving on. Your feelings have changed. You don't want anything to do with that. And you're starting to have feelings for somebody new. And that past person is picking up on that and they're freaking out. So I'm going to say someone's freaking out. I will say that. But I don't feel like you want to go back to them. And I do feel that whoever this new person is, whether it works out or not, you're realizing that you wouldn't have feelings for somebody new if you really weren't over this person. So that's probably what's going on. I have anxiety, panic attacks. Maybe every time your phone rings, maybe we should shut the phone off. Maybe we should block this person. You know, don't allow them to call you at 2 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I know sometimes people don't block somebody because you can't, like you share a child together. You have to be able to communicate to this person, you know, so there's sometimes reasons that you can't completely shut somebody out. But if you can, maybe it's time to shut them out. I've had enough. I'm moving on. I have feelings for somebody else. I picked door number 2. I have an 8 of Pentacles. I have a Judgment. I have a 9 of Swords. Yeah, somebody's causing a lot of anxiety. And I guess you don't need to be there. It's a feeling of you do have a good head on your shoulders. You can make a good choice. It's almost like your instincts are telling you that I have to do the work. I have to move on with that Chariot even. So I feel like you know what you're supposed to do. You're just having a hard time doing it. I feel like this King of Wands has come into your life and a little bit of a swept you off your feet. I would definitely say that. I feel that maybe I have romantic feelings for somebody and chemistry with somebody that I haven't felt in a while. I don't remember the last time somebody turned me on or the last time I thought about somebody this way. I have an Empress. I feel like the feelings are mutual, just came in. So I have an Ace of Cups. Yeah. Whether you want to believe it or not, I feel like you're falling in love and they're falling in love. So how do I say that? We're falling in love with each other. I mean, basically, we're both falling in love. We're both falling for each other. Okay. So I definitely, maybe the realization is hitting you. Like, oh my God, I'm actually, I think, falling in love with somebody. So King of Pentacles, King of Wands, King of Pentacles. I feel that you are realizing that this person either has a lot more going for them than what your past had. Maybe your past was good for a long time, you know, at that place and time when you met them, but you're not that same person anymore. Spirit's saying you want something different. You want something that's more, this feels more stable. It feels more secure for a lot of different reasons. But I do feel like I'm definitely falling for this person. Maybe I wasn't expecting to fall for this person. Maybe I didn't think I would ever give up hope on my past, but things changed, they're saying. Situations changed. Hierophant. I'm going more along the lines of whatever spirit wants for me is what I want. And maybe you've surrendered to that. You know, if spirit wants me to be with somebody new, then spirit will make that happen. If spirit wants me to be with the past, then that past will come back. So maybe you're just living like that. You're just kind of believing and saying whatever's meant to be will be. I have the World. Beautiful. I have a Knight of Cups. You've got somebody coming in trying to win your heart. It's really hard to say no to this romantic knight that is trying to sweep you away, and somebody who is has more to offer, and somebody who you don't have this history of. The phone's blowing up for a reason. It's not blowing up with love messages. It's blowing up with, you know, how dare you not answer my phone? You know, how dare you be with somebody else? You know, it's blowing up with stuff you don't want to hear. I have an Ace of Wands and a Two of Wands. They're saying just take a look at your future. You know, it's more of a trust your own feelings, feel your own feelings. And right now, I'm going to say, is it selfish for you to want to feel loved? Is it selfish for you, instead of being bombarded by somebody in the middle of the night with drunken messages or crazy, chaotic, you know, what have we done? What have you done to us? Compared to somebody who wants to start something new with you and behaves like a human being, you know? So I feel like it's not a hard choice. This isn't brain surgery, but somebody's freaking out over it for sure. They've gotten wind that you are dating somebody new, that you have entered into a relationship. They could be blowing up your phone. How dare you? Are you sleeping with them? You know, like it's not any of their business, but somebody's gotten wind of it. I have sexual photos. Okay. I don't know about sexual photos, but maybe there were photos. Maybe you posted photos on your, you know, social media that you were out with this person. They weren't sexual. You were just out with this person. Maybe this person's blowing up over that, you know, you're throwing it in my face that you're with somebody new. I just feel like that's what's going on. I guess you have to put an end to it. If you really have moved on, you just got to say, you can't be bombing my phone. I have shady, hiding behind shades, hiding behind their feelings, hiding, you know, getting advice from the wrong people just came into me. Somebody's been getting the advice from the wrong people. Getting closer to this new person. It's a little bit of, I wasn't expecting to fall for this new person. Maybe it was even, I'm just going to date them just to, I don't want to say entertain myself, but just to not be alone and to go out with somebody else and to not be in a you know, if you were in a no contact and somebody broke up with you and somebody else asked you out, it wasn't like, what am I supposed to do? Sit around and do nothing? I'm supposed to, you know, but maybe you weren't expecting to fall in love with this person the way that you have, or how quickly that you have. So that could be part of this, that the time seems very quick. And that may be why somebody's freaking out. Like, you know, you basically didn't give us a chance in the no contact or something like that. But I think that, you know, something's been going on behind the scenes with quick replies. You know, maybe they were doing something. There's a reason why there was no contact or a separation to begin with that past. I have wasting my time. There was wasting my time with that person. I want to get closer to this new person. The selfies. Yeah, I feel like something was exposed is how it just came in. I'm going to say, I think pictures. I'm going to say pictures. That something really triggered this past to freak out. Okay. It was either they got pictures of you on social media. They weren't expecting to see it. They feel like it was in their face. I just feel like it opened up this huge like bee's nest. And they just freaked out. Maybe you did nothing wrong. You were just being like, you know what? This is my new life. This is who I'm dating. Don't we make a cute couple? This is the person I'm going to end up with. I want to marry you. You could fall really in love with somebody very quickly, and somebody else is shocked. Shocked that not only that you're not chasing after them anymore, or you're not jumping when they say jump, that you've actually given your heart to somebody else and you don't care anymore. So something big has gone down for some of you. So I'm going to say go with the new person, because whoever it is, we're both falling for each other. We're both falling in love with each other. So it's sometimes you fall in love. That's okay. That's a good thing. With the right person. I'm going to say falling for the right person, you know, because you can fall in love with a lot of different people, but are they always the right person? The right one. Maybe we just fell in love with the right one this time. I imagine you naked. I want to go back and forth with that for some reason. I feel like the person who's blowing up your phone is really upset that you're sleeping with somebody else or could be sleeping with somebody else. And I can see it as positive too, where I want to get closer to you. I am fantasizing about you. So I could see it go in either direction. Getting wrongful advice. I do feel like people are chirping in this person's ear. I do, whether it's friends, groups of people. There's too many people involved in this connection. So I feel like there's just too much going on. Maybe you walked away for a very good reason. There's too many people involved. Think before you act. I would not respond to the triggered bombs of messages. I would just not even respond. I'm absolutely in love with you. I feel like that is what's happened. I think we fell in love with somebody else very quickly, and somebody else is shocked. Shocked that in that window of time when we weren't together, when you had the opportunity to meet somebody new, and they dropped the ball, or they thought you were going to chase back after them, or they could come back whenever they wanted to, that you actually met somebody else that you want to be with. That is the right one. You know, surprise. You know, that's what happens. So you'll be the one that got away. That's all. I'm a very jealous person. Yeah, this person's freaking out. Freaking out. Being more selfish. I'm even more selfish now than I was. I feel the same way. I like that you both fell in love with each other quickly. Okay. And the good news is that the past is really trying. I'm sorry. You got somebody, they're saying you have so many choices and options. I mean, you always have the option. It's all about you. It's who do you want to be with? I don't think in this case there's any doubt in your mind that you want to be with, this new person that you're falling in love with. I don't think you thought that either the photo, something exposed this new connection, I just feel like that was just like the bomb that dropped, and this person just freaked out. Maybe you didn't think they'd have that big of a reaction. Maybe you thought it was long over. Maybe you thought that they didn't even care anymore. But obviously something major happened. I always feel that it's such a weird thing. I don't know if it's the souls connecting or talking to each other, but it's like as soon as you're ready to move on, as soon as you start to have feelings or you're moving on with somebody else, that door from the past that was closed somehow opens. Like, I didn't want you before, but now that you're interested in somebody new, I want you. So it happens so often. It's almost, I guess it's the competition thing. It's, I don't want you, but I don't want you to be with anybody else. I want you. I think they both want you now is the problem. But you want to go with the person who wants you for the right reasons. And you want to go with the person, of course, who's treating you right. And they're saying you already know. You already know. What did they say? Follow your heart. What was it? Trust your feelings. Trust your feelings. You already know. You already know who you're going to choose. If you're not going through this might be coming. It might be that you think you're long over somebody, and just when you move on, that's when they come knocking. So it's like this weird telepathic energy that I'm picking up on, that your ex is still somehow thinks that they're in your life and somehow thinks that they have a say in who you're with or what you're doing or who you're dating. No, they don't. We all have that little window of opportunity to meet somebody when we're both available. And if we're doing nothing wrong and it works out and we fall in love and it's meant to be, then we crossed in divine timing. So that's how we have to look at it. I'm going to put this out into the universe. I don't think it's an option. I think that the choice is made and you already know what to do. I think if anything, it's like say goodbye to that past and tell them to go away. That door is closed. I want to thank Spirit for these messages today. Crazy. I want to thank you all for being here. Please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you. Please comment below, claim it, own it, it's yours. If anyone would like to book a private reading with me, please go to my website, kathymamolin.psychicmedium.com. Check out my other two YouTube channels, my Pick a Card channel and my Twin Flame Soulmate channel for some additional readings. I hope you enjoyed your reading today, and we'll see you all again real soon.